start focusing on developing relievers to be trade pieces. We've done a really good job of developing lately, Foley and Lang specifically. I like that. Here's the thing. Like if the Tigers decided, and I'll get your thoughts about this, Uper, here in a second. I personally think that if they had another, like if Brandon White becomes a guy, and let's say decide that they put Reese Olson in the bullpen, which I think to me ultimately serves as, I think Olson should be in the bullpen, and Uper would agree with that.
Yep.
And Chris, I think, would agree with that too. If they can find a way to make those guys, or even Oscar Bergner, who has been just continuously pitching well, although I haven't checked in with him in a bit, then yeah, I think they could find a way. The trade for Malloy paid off immensely. I mean, even with, you can say what you will about Nick Maton struggling to play, but he's good defensively. Well, I mean, there was a couple lapses the last couple weeks, but nevertheless, the Tigers got some players they definitely needed.
It's a fun idea because relievers almost always tend to get you an outsized return.
Yep.
Because you're just by the nature, you're trading a reliever to somebody who's trying to compete and win, and they're willing to part with a little bit more to get them to that next step, which is either another win or two to make the playoffs or being more of a competitor in the playoffs. So, yeah, I just, it's tough to have these guys and finally have some success and to get rid of them. But I think you listen on everybody, right? If somebody gives you a good deal on Foley or Lang, yeah, you move on from them.
Would the Rays move Curtis Mead for a bullpen arm this year to go for the World Series? If they were interested in Alex Lang for someone like Curtis Mead, who you plug in at second base next year and should be ready to hit, how do you not make that move? I'm not saying Alex Lang is worth that guy, but that's the kind of thing you got to be out there shopping for.
Yeah, well, I think if you believe in Chris Fetter and you believe in Scott Harris's ability to find pitching talent, then I think the Tigers could have a pretty good thing going. We've obviously Tyler Holton pitched well, Mason English pitched well, and Jason Foley and Alex Lange are still pretty young, have a lot of years left to control. You can get something pretty good for them. And like I said, if this is just kind of like a factory line where Harris is trading these guys for young players that can help us, and then he just keeps developing young pitching, like we said with Malloy, I think this could be something, not his calling card in a way, but this could be a way for him to really replenish the farm system and get some young talent in here.